Hello, welcome to another exciting episode. Today we're going to be talking about display boards. I'm going to show you one of my display boards, explain some of the steps that I did to go through it. Display boards are generally a 2x2 plywood construction for most of your tournaments to display your armies, for them to judge for your painting, or just carry from table to table. This is the one that I did. Right here. Good old Space Wolves. Now this is made out of dollhouse flooring, believe it or not. Yeah, it's all balsa. Of course, I use the plywood construction. Turn around here for you to see. Okay, plywood. Regular 2x2 plywood. Picked up the dollhouse material at a local hobby store, a Hobby Lobby. What was the hardest part about the whole thing was that I had to come up with an idea for my display board. I went to a tournament called Bug Eater a couple of years ago. And what I did is, and it was a spur of the moment thing, I had to think of something that would fit with the Space Wolves idea and that was relatively simple for construction at the same time. So I went and got some dollhouse material from Hobby Lobby. I put down glue, regular wood glue, and then I started cutting out the individual little planks so that way it looked like regular flooring in a house, or in this case a mead hall for the Space Wolves. So I did that, put that stuff on there piece at a time. It was a very tedious process. After I got that down, I was a little impatient, didn't let the glue to dry. In this case, it actually came out better that I didn't do that. You may or may not be able to see, although this is a pretty dark board. So I went ahead and put stain over it. Well, some of the glue seeped through some of the planks on here. And when that happened, it made kind of a crackling effect, like really old flooring, you know, like the veneers coming up. Well, I put a regular stain on it, and then after I got the stain on there, I wasn't still not 100% happy with it. It looked good, but I wasn't 100% happy. So then I took my airbrush and I started hitting different spots with black, mainly around the edges of it. After I got that done, I was like, well, it still looks pretty good, but not 100% there yet. So I found a Space Wolf emblem, and I blew it up. And then I had to do a couple printouts before I got it to the right size I wanted. Centered it on there as a stencil, sprayed it, outlined it in a yellow, and kind of dry brushed some yellow around it. Well, that again looked pretty good. But I wanted to go a step further. I wanted to make it look a little older. So I took some sandpaper. And as you can see, there's some places here that look like it's all scratched up. I took a knife to it, sandpaper, in just different areas. And actually, I used to have some runes around this as well in the shape of a diamond. I took them off. I had sticky tack on it. So after the sticky tack came off, some of the spots came up, which was still fine. So I also left a small spot down here at the bottom, put a plaque on whenever I want to. What's nice about this board is that I also play Empire as well, starting an Empire army, and the wood would still work for it. The wood look to it, maybe not the Space Wolf emblem, but the wood look to it. I could also put a Horde army on here too, and it would still look acceptable. Some other materials you could use, because I had a couple other thoughts to use for the board. Since I was going with the Space Wolf theme, I also thought about getting a Hearst Arts, their little flooring pieces. They look like cobblestone. There's a cobblestone one, and there's a couple different ones there. And I thought I'd maybe just like tile it on there. And I thought, no, That means I have to get the mold. I don't have that much time. I have to get plaster and stuff like that to make it. Would have come out great too, so that's an idea for a lot of people. But check into the dollhouse material. Relatively inexpensive. Makes a pretty darn good board, if you ask me. The trim here was just normal trim from a Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, little wooden, wherever they sell wood at. But yeah, all in all, it came out fantastic. I use it quite often. I still get a lot of compliments on it, even though it's about 2 years old. So this is, like I said, this video is just pretty much just ideas, me showing off some things that I've done on this one here. It's still in a really good shape board. Plywood backing actually gives you a lot of rigidity to it. So if you have any other thoughts, comments, post them below. Subscribe, like if you like it. Have a good one. See you next time.